do today, we are bringing you our emerging cake trends for 2021. And of course, we are starting with something that essentially can do with any cake. You can put these techniques to use on any of your designs. It's all about textures with a little bit of fungus, because Nick's a fun guy. You see what I did there? Yeah. Bindu, save me from bad jokes. Bindu Hepzibah, you are bringing us loads of different textures that we are thinking are going to be the next big thing, right?
Yes, certainly. Okay, so today I'm going to show you three techniques. The first one is a very different one. It is edible pressed flowers on buttercream cake. And we have a small cake here. And I have around 4 flowers which have been pressed and dried and have been placed in a format that is quite appealing, maybe. So I'll just tell you how to go about with that. Can we start?
Yes, do.
Okay, so I've used Bakersville's premix. It's a vanilla cake that I've used, premix. And the buttercream is vanilla buttercream. I've just made, this is a dummy cake for you to see, and here I have a real cake. So here again, I've frosted it with, it's a crumb coat and also a green tinted buttercream here, which is there on the bottom part of the cake. I've just frosted it a little more on the top over the crumb coat.
So for this technique, Bindu, do we want it nice and fresh? Do we want the coating to be fresh?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too fresh, because otherwise the flowers are going to go deep inside. Just put it in the fridge for 5 minutes, not in the freezer, for 5 or 10 minutes, so that it hardens a little bit. And it's going to be easy on the petals. More of an abstract finish. I like it that way. Firstly, let me show you how to prepare the flowers to put them on the cake. Here I have few flowers with me. All these are edible flowers. Just go around in your local market and you can find, or try to Google and find out the edible flowers in your area. The first thing you have to do is check if they are pesticide free. That is a very critical point. It is better to go for homegrown or flowers from places don't use pesticides, because you're going to put it on the cake and there is a chance of people eating it, consuming it also. So be very sure about where it comes from. Collect the flowers, wash them twice in clean water, pat them dry on tissues and dry them for a while. And the next thing you have to do is take butter paper or parchment sheets, take the flower, snip off the bottom part so that it is, kind of flat and not with the part that is, getting attached to the jelly. So cut them, keep it on the paper, fold it, take a big thick book and keep them between 2 sheets of paper and close them. This way you will do for all the flowers. I'm just going to take the flowers and then place them in places I like them to be.
Oh, quick and simple then.
Yes, so simple it is. This is marigold. This one is rose, the tiny rose. You call it button rose. This is also marigold.
That is extraordinary how quickly. I mean, we spend days on cake sometimes, but how nice to be able to create a cake that's beautiful, pretty, and quick.
Yes, I think I'm done now. I'm done now.
Yeah. But this is what it's all about. Emerging cake trends does not have to be difficult cake trends. That's
Yes.
a simple, straightforward trend, and it's going to be so popular. It's already popular. We think it's going to be huge next year, especially edible flowers as well.
Very
Textured,
much.
edible flowers, abstract, go for it. Jumping forward, Bindu, look what we've got. We're talking fault line cakes. This has been very trendy, but you're doing fault line cakes in a little bit more of a layered way.
All I have is a crumb coated cake in front of me. Now I'm just going to demonstrate how to get a fault line and use pearl technique in that. So first I'm going with the dark shaded pink buttercream. And this cake is out of fridge. It is chill. It's not very cold. It is chill. Just take a little. I'll just show you on one side and smear it roughly. You don't have to worry much about how it's going to turn out to be at all, because we're just aiming for an abstract finish. So don't worry about it. Once you have just applied, take a scraper and very, very softly move it around. Very softly so as to not distort the line. So here we go. A very rough fault line. Now you may have to leave it in the fridge for a few minutes. So the cake is now out of the fridge after 5 minutes, and it's slightly hard. It's not super hard, it's slightly hard if you touch it, and that is what we want. Now I'm going to take my next shade of pink. Now take note to take a little lesser than what you took previously, because this layer is going to be a little shorter in height. I'm using a bigger spatula. You may use a smaller one for better handling. Here again, don't worry about how it's going to come out. You're not going to go wrong at all. As you see, after I've smeared it around, I'm just going to take a scraper and very, very gently move it. Make sure you don't smudge the two colors, because you want them to be distinct. So now I'm going to leave it for another 2 minutes in the freezer. The cake is now back after 2 minutes in the freezer. If you're leaving it on the fridge compartment, leave it for 5 to 6 minutes. So here again, it is slightly harder, not too soft. Now I take 3 different size pearls. The first one is 5.5 millimeter. You can use a tweezer to fix them. I prefer hands. Just take one and put them right there on the baby pink part. These pearls look matte, and that I think is too classy. Just give a small press, not too much. Make sure the cake is not too cold, otherwise it's not going to stick. And it should not be too soft as well, otherwise it will smudge off. So this way you will go around and finish it. Now I also have the green one, which will go on the darker shade of the pink frosting. So here again, same logic. This way you will go around and complete it. And in the cake model, I have used silver glitters. This goes at the bottom. Just follow the same logic and go around. And once you have done, you can also put some pearls on top. It's actually a very good idea to have few on the top because it is adding more beauty. This way. There's also one more thing you can do. I'm going to show you how to use this Meta Gold glittering gold. There are two things you can do with this. The first one is you can blow the glitter out. Just hold it this way, the horizontal position, and make sure the glitters are quite close to the nozzle. Always do a testing. It's so easy. Wow. So this is one technique you can do with this. There's one more. I'm going to show you that as well. Use a little bit of clear vodka. And then take this glitter powder and add it. Take a brush, paint brush. Here in this cake, if you see, there is a lip of buttercream on top, and I'm going to paint this glitter on top. Make sure the buttercream is quite hard. There's one more thing you can do with the same vodka and gold. Just make it a little thin and drip it. You see that? It's dripping.
Fabulous. Another easy technique. Oh, looky, it's mushroom time. We've got the fungus molds. Are these the Flower Pro molds, Bindu?
Yes. Yeah, Rosie. It's from Cakeology, Chef Nicholas mushroom and toadstool molds. I very much loved using this mold. I'm going to just quickly demonstrate how I did all these in just under a minute. So I'm quickly taking a small ball of white fondant. So here's the mold. I'm going to use this one. Just quickly taking it and pressing it. Press it, pull it out. Here you have. Just dry it. Leave it to dry on its own.
So this is called the Flower Pro mold range from Nick Lodge, yes. But it's not for pros, is it? It's for amateurs. It's dead easy.
So easy. My kid was using it and she was making few. It's so easy, that simple. Here again, I'm pressing it. You need to such.
Oh, because it does a 3D mushroom.
Yes.
So you halves. That's why it's called Flower Pro.
So you need two such ones. I have two now. You can stick them together and then apply a little glue. And here you have a beautiful mushroom.
Little mushroom. How cute are they?
Yeah,
how cute.
So cute. Just let it dry and then use paint to paint them. That's it. So this is a real cake, and I've used Bakersville brownie mix and bake them into sponges. And in goes Bakersville whipped cream powder as a filling. The frosting is a vanilla frosting. So we quickly make this bark effect. It is one of the simplest things that you can do as a beginner. So this is a crumb coated cake, and I have the vanilla frosting tinted in 3 different colors. I'm in the same family grouping. I have 3 colors. Just look at this cake and you can find all 3 here. One is on the top. The top is the beige. And here on the sides you have dark brown and light brown. So quickly I'm going to show you how I did that. I'm just taking the lightest color and putting it on the top. This cake is from the fridge, so it is cold. Cold cakes help you in getting textures that you need because they're going to freeze a little sooner, because since the cake sponge is cold. So this is again a very forgiving style. So the top is over. You can take the smallest spatula. I'm comfortable with the big one. Just apply and create some kind of streaks. Nothing else. Again, you can't go wrong with this style, with this texture. So for the colors, I've used Bakersville's Key Brown, Lemon Yellow, Double Red, and a little bit of black. This is so easy. You just pull the spatula up and you get this beautiful streaks. And I have the dark color now. And see?
But look how quickly that's taking shape, Bindu. And you've got your mushrooms ready. You're literally making this cake into a creation with little more than... I keep saying this, Bindu, because I don't want to cast aspersions on your talent, which is obviously huge, but essentially anyone can do this.
So now that this is done, I have some moss with me. This is simply puffed rice, ground in the mixer with a little bit of green. I've just used Bakersville's green. Just put a little puffed rice and then color, and then just run it in the mixer and you will get something like this, which can be used for moss. I'm just taking a little, spreading it on the sides as well.
Look how quickly that's transforming.
Here I have the mushrooms ready with me. So I'm quickly inserting a toothpick and putting it on the top.
Absolutely stunning. And of course, like flower pro, they also have things like butterflies. You could easily just change it, adapt it to your own design. Little woodland themed.
So true, so true. So I also have some leaves and flowers made from Bakersville sugar paste. I've already done them. So, and also painted them. Here again, the technique was to use white fondant and then use Bakersville colors to paint them. They're ready with me.
Are they from the Flower Pro molds or just any molds and cutters, presumably? Yeah. Look how quickly that is taking shape. Oh, I like that. A little mushroom at the bottom to balance it all out. Yeah. I love these shrooms. Fungus. I think it's going to be huge. Little cakes, textures, mushrooms, all in one little creation, Bindu. Adorable.
They're so cute. They're so cute.
Really is. Look at that. Bindu, can we see it maybe closer to the screen?
Yeah, in a minute. I understand your excitement.
I am. I think, you know, anybody can see that it doesn't matter how long you spend on a cake, to be able to do one quickly and effectively and give it to somebody that is what we're all aiming for. Not only does that look adorable, it also looks yummy, doesn't it?
Yes, I tried the brownie, I tried the vanilla. They were absolutely delicious. And I also tried the raspberry filling and then hazelnut chocolate filling. Total yum. I just licked the bottle clean. I think we are done. Okay, I have one more step. This is a buttercream. And if you want, you can just add some. This is again up to your creativity. There's no end to what you can do with this theme.
That's true, and you can't go wrong either. Whatever design it's because it's nature, it lends itself to doing whatever you want with it, because that's what nature does.
So true.
I love the pop of red on the mushrooms. Bindu, thank you. Our emerging trend, one of our emerging trends for 2021. We've got the mushrooms, we've got the textures. Bindu, thank you so much. All of that in one cake, the textures, the mushrooms, we've got it all going on. One of our emerging cake trends for 2021. And we've got more coming up throughout the day. Thank you, Bindu.
Thank you, Rose.